Jane Austen.
Kia ora, welcome to the Amateur Austenite. I'm Frances Duncan, author, Austenite, and life coach. My co-host is Rachel Pilwell, book buyer, beatboxer, Austenite, and all-round nerd.
Hi.
We're discussing the penultimate chapter of Emma. Chapter 54, Mr. Knightley tells Emma that Harriet is engaged to Mr. Martin. Frank is visiting at the Westons and flirting with Jane.
I love it. Everybody's in love.
The Knightleys are coming back to Hartfield and bringing Harriet because she's been staying with them in London. I'm like, how long has she been staying there?
How long does dentistry take back in this time frame?
She finished the dentistry and they said, just stay till we're going back to Hartfield. I don't know. It seems like it's been ages.
Well, if Frank's back, he's obviously gone and come back since his trip, so however long that took. And then long enough for Harriet to get re-engaged to Mr. Martin. Oh, well, engaged to Mr. Martin because they weren't engaged. But long enough for them to be corresponding and for him to propose, I guess. But, well, actually, have they been talking at all?
No. Mr. Martin goes to London to do some work, and Mr. Knightley gives him some paperwork that he needs done. So he has to go and visit John Knightley, who's like, hey, we're going to the circus tonight, and your ex-girlfriend's going to be there. Do you want to come? And he does. And then Mr. John Knightley's like, do you want to come to dinner at our place the following night? And then he proposes to Harriet.
100% the papers Mr. Knightley had for his brother just said, get them together.
The Knightley brothers matchmaking. Maybe.
Who's a better matchmaker then, Emma or Mr. Knightley?
Could you imagine the two of them working together? They'd have all of Highbury paired up.
Everyone would be in a successful relationship. With people of their social standing and with matching sensibilities, or complementary sensibilities at least, they could really do a good job.
Should start a business.
Maybe they were originally behind, Hinge and Tinder and all that.
Those sadly are more about making money than actually getting people together.
Yeah, so sad.
You can tell that Emma and Knightley know each other so well, though, because they're reading each other without saying anything. You look happy, but you're saying something that you think I might not like, but you're happy about it. And then when he tells her, her eyes say this is impossible and her lips were closed, but he knew what she was thinking and could answer. And I think that's a really lovely indicator of their relationship, that they don't need to talk.
They can just kind of read each other. No words are necessary. Partially, I think it's probably also just out of practice, because you've got to imagine that through all the years of their friendship, that out of sensibility, there's a lot that they want to say to each other that they can't say in public company. They've probably gotten very used to giving each other the look from across the room of are you freaking kidding me right now?
Mr. Knightley, please rein in your brother.
And him being please rein in your father.
Yeah, but he has no idea that she hasn't been talking to Harriet. Maybe you've heard from her already.
Yeah, because he doesn't know that Harriet likes him or liked him.
Yeah. So the awkwardness. But Emma's happy that this means there isn't anything she's going to have to conceal from him. I'm not sure if she intends to tell Knightley that Harriet had a crush on him or not.
Obviously, Knightley and Mr. Martin are friendly friends. Would it make the situation more awkward for Miss Knightley to know that Harriet thought herself in love with Knightley? Your wife had a crush on me. Or would it be better for him to not know and to just go about life like normal? If Emma can put it aside, because I still think Emma's going to be a little bit awkward around Harriet, even knowing that Harriet is married.
Yeah, but as we find out, this chapter, next chapter, Harriet's just going to be kicked out.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to be close friends, but you've got to assume they'll, pass each other in the street or something like that, They might run into each other at the same shop or something. I think Harriet wouldn't want Mr. Knightley to know.
Though I do love that when she gets married, she doesn't even look at Miss Dalton.
Love it.
Not even thinking about the fact that at one point she thought she was going to marry him as he marries her to Robert. She's too happy.
She ended up with the best guy in the book. Can't blame her. Be happy, girl.
Emma's worried about being too happy, so she's looking down at her work basket to conceal the exquisite feelings of delight and entertainment, and she's worried about betraying an unreasonable degree of happiness so he doesn't think that she's mad. But why would you not be happy? I think she's overthinking it.
She's overthinking it. Going from her from the beginning of the book being really not angry or annoyed, but having negative feelings about the whole thought of Harry and Mr. Martin together, to then now this complete 180. She's probably so happy. She's jumping up and down. She's she's just so excited that her friend has backed off her man. It's only until Harriet confesses liking Knightley that Emma even considers Robert Martin as like the superior candidate for Harriet, and it's only because she wants to fob Harriet off on someone who's not Knightley because she wants Knightley. Has Emma's opinion of Mr. Martin improved at all, or is it improved just because he is the obstacle that she can put in front of Harriet in order to get what she wants?
She does get to meet him in the next chapter and begins to think good things of him and realise that he was a really good match for Harriet. But Mr. Knightley's always thought well of him, and he says to her, "You laugh at me about William Larkins, but I could quite as ill spare Robert Martin." He even says, "I would alter his rank in society if I could." Ooh, that is saying a lot.
Yeah. How high are we going? King? Make him king. King Robert.
Mr. Knightley's been talking to Harriet to get to know her a little bit on Robert Martin's behalf. And he's like, "I think that you knew what I was doing and I was really worried you were going to call me out." Emma was right. Emma saw him doing it and thought that. I love this line. "I always deserve the best treatment because I never put up with any other." That one's definitely going on a t-shirt.
I mean, I kind of love it. If I just saw it out of context and knew it was from the book Emma, my brain would just associate that with
Mrs. Elton. See, Mrs. Elton and Emma, scarily similar.
Yeah. I feel like it is just very much the two of them being like, I get the best, I am the best.
Emma still doesn't think that she did good things for Harriet because Mr. Knightley is like, "She has us to thank you for." Like,
No.
But her mind's like bouncing all over the place in a state of flutter and wonder, dancing and singing and exclaiming.
I think it's such a nice way to describe happiness.
It also sounds very ADHD.
Jane Austen, ADHD.
But she has to calm down because her dad comes in to go their daily drive to Randall's. He leaves his own house every day, which is a big deal, to go and see the baby.
Aww.
As is expected of him. They'd be disappointed if he didn't.
Who's going to teach that baby to beware of the wind? Who's going to teach that baby to worry about their health all the time? Nobody else is going to do it. Not like he could.
It's just so sweet.
He's like grandpa.
Yeah, he kind of is, right?
Yeah.
And then when they get there, Frank and Jane are walking in the garden and they come in and Frank apologizes to Emma. Also says, "I thought you knew and I almost told you. I kind of wish that I had. It would have been a much better transgression had I broken the bond of secrecy and told you everything."
Agreed. Because then you wouldn't have been kind of cheating a little bit. Not really, like, and as much as you can in this, like, period of where flirting with someone else is actually seen as really untoward, especially towards someone who is not your betrothed. But at least he can see he was wrong. Frank still pisses me off. I'm sorry, Frank. I can't forgive you for being an asshole. Emma would have totally been his accomplice, though. Like, she would have played up. If she wouldn't have told anybody, she would have been nicer to Jane.
Yeah. I think it would have taken her a while to accept it, but once she did, she'd be like, "Jane's my best friend, and I need to hang out with my best friend and my boyfriend."
My boyfriend and my best friend they're just hanging out, and I'm just like in the corner of the room, but they're just chatting. Yeah. It's totally fine.
But I think it might have taken her a little bit to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Why would you choose Jane Fairfax over me? Yeah. I'm right here.
Jane? She's enough of a romantic. Like, once they, like, explained the story of how they met and how they fell in love, she'd be like, yeah, better you than Mr. Dixon.
Yeah, let's not be in love with your best friend's husband.
Yeah.
Or... Although, if they were very modern, she could have just gone to Ireland and lived with them.
Polycule.
And then he brings up Mr. Knightley. He doesn't say, he's just like, "Well, I hope that he's well." And he blushes. "He is a man who I cannot presume to praise." Yes, because he's so fucking superior, you cannot praise him.
Yeah.
Thank you. But then immediately he goes back to talking about Jane, her skin. And Emma's like, "I've always admired her complexion," because there was the time when he was talking shit about Jane. And Emma was like, "No, she's lovely."
And actually, he was just trying to make it seem like he didn't want to skin her and wear her.
She says that he must have had a lot of amusement in tricking them. She's like, "Because I think if I were in your position, I would have. And we're a little bit alike."
Ultimate prank. He did a pretty good job of fooling everybody.
He did.
It still sucked, but everybody believed that he was into Emma. And
so lucky that she wasn't into him.
Yeah.
That could have been so messy. she says, yeah, we are alike in the fact that we're going to marry people that are superior to us. And he's like, yeah, no, not you. You're fantastic. No one's superior to you. Someone's definitely superior to me. And I'm like, oh, he's another person that's been taken in by Emma. Assume she's better than everybody. But also, I'm not going to argue with him.
Yeah, Jane is 100% superior to him in every way. I will concede, though, that Knightley is superior to Emma. She would never say it, but she knows it. And Knightley would never say it, but I think he also knows it.
And he brings up all the mess that he made about things, talking about Perry and using the word blunder again. I looked it up. It occurs 15 times in the novel.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and that is this particular word for the Perry situation that they use, so... Broader background.
I wonder how commonly it was used as a term in general back then. I feel like every so often as we've been reading this book, there's been certain words that I just feel like they're no longer part of, like, we still use them in the same context, but they're no longer part of our, like, day-to-day vocabulary, but they come up every so often. Blunder's one of those. Like, it's still used for the same way, but I never use the word, like, I very rarely would use the word blunder.
Just usage changes.
I find it interesting whenever I read a classic, especially in Austen, and comparing the language. I mean, it's so much easier to read than Shakespeare where you need to translate it to the other side of the page. But, like, because you can still read Austen and still understand it. But I remember when I first was reading Pride and Prejudice as a teen, like, really struggling the first time I was reading it with the difference in language and style. Now I'm like, yeah, I understand exactly what you mean as you're writing it. It was just different enough that I struggled.
I think the way that it's written is different, as well as word usage. And you can often get stuff in context, so you don't realise you don't know the word till you're looking at it word by word and go, I have some idea what that means from context, but I don't actually know that word.
Thank God for dictionaries.
Thank God for dictionaries.
And Google nowadays.
As Emma's going home, she's thinking about the differences between Frank and Mr. Knightley, and she had never been more sensible of Mr. Knightley's high superiority of character. If you had to pick between Frank and Mr. Knightley.
Knightley.
Yeah?
Not even a question.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, he's the protagonist of this book. He gets a better rap compared to Frank, but I think it's just how they've gone about their respective situations. Knightley treats everybody, even the people he doesn't like Frank, with respect and civility. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's not selfish. The things he does, like how he cares for Mr. Woodhouse, and even just how he regards Robert Martin, and he has such a good character. Whereas Frank is so immature in comparison. The way he approaches things, he's 18 trying to figure out what, like, thinking he's a big man, but he's still a child and he's trying to impress everybody. Whereas Knightley is an actual mature human being who has confidence in what's going on or what he's doing.
Although, do you think the difference in their ages and situations add to that?
Yes, it would be impossible for it not to. Yeah, in saying that, if it was between Frank and Knightley and the 16-year age gap between me and Knightley was still there, then maybe reconsider. Wait, what's 16 years above my age? I'd be dating a 44-year-old. That's not the worst. Nowadays, if I was younger, back when I was 20 though, it would have been like,
not okay. No. When you're older than 25, you can date. No.
But I mean, you know, Frank was in a tough situation with his aunt, but I think if I was Jane, I would have dropped Frank way before. As soon as he came to town and started flirting with Emma, I would have been like, nope. It was a secret that we were in a relationship, and now it's a secret that we've broken up.
Frank is a guy you date in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
He's fun, but I don't think that he's somebody that you marry.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas Mr. Knightley is definitely the marrying kind.
He has all of his stuff in order before he proposes.
As you should.
As you should. Smack him upside the head.
And that's our discussion of chapter 54 of Emma. Ooh. I've been Frances Duncan. This has been Rachel Pilwell.
Bye.
Thank you for listening, and we wish you happy reading.
Polycule.